Yo, welcome back to season 2 of the Journey podcast. It's been a while, boys.
It's been a minute.
Yes, sir. Olivier's not here, he's in Brisbane, but he will be coming up.
He'll be coming back for a few episodes on season 2.
Yeah,
so look out for that.
We're glad to be back. It's been a while. What have you guys been up to?
Has been. Well, it's been a few months. I think February or January was the last podcast we did. So since then, literally just been working heaps, and I'm preparing to move now to the UK. So yeah, definitely a big move with the family and stuff. But I'm excited, a bit nervous. Still working on music, but obviously have times where it's a bit on and off. But yeah, definitely still working on the album and stuff. So
yeah,
that's good.
That's basically what I've been up to in these last months. What about you, Adam?
I've been procrastinating as usual. You know, still at the job, retail, IGA, and all that. Planning on studying. I don't know, cause TAFE just released this friggin' job trainer, and like it showed like a lot of these jobs available. You know, from like free to like $155, and there's just like a whole list of them. So now it just like made me undecided. I don't know what to pick now because so many options for cheap. But I'll definitely get started into that. I want to try get, studying by next year, so I'm not just lazing around doing nothing. But I feel like I got it on track, and
that's good.
Yeah, I'm just hoping for the best, eh?
Sweet ass.
Yeah, what you doing?
Straight up, just getting back into the gym, like...
Oh, it's about... I'm sorry.
It's about drive, it's about power.
God, same joke. Yeah.
No. Like, just getting my fitness back up, and like being like doing more healthier things, and also acting as well. I did a few plays. And pretty
What plays have you been doing?
Like only one this year. It's called Hamlet. It's by Shakespeare. So yeah.
Are you enjoying plays? Like, is it good to like?
Yeah, like we went up to Port Douglas and Atherton, which was pretty dope. Like, so, and like I'm always learning new things, and like I'm someone who's pretty keen to learn. So, yeah, it's something that I am like passionate about. Like I did one last year, but like I wasn't that passionate about it. But I think this year I've actually found like a passion for it, and like I enjoy it as well. So yeah,
you get paid for doing it.
That's good.
Nah, it's all voluntary, but like I guess it's to add more stuff to your resume.
On your resume that
you've
acted in this stuff.
Yeah,
and it will help. Yeah, no, that's good. So I've definitely that's the other thing. I've been going to the gym more like the last few months. Like I started like late March. So I was like, bruh, I hate how I looked. But I've definitely the last few months I've
straight up
started going gym more.
I've been so bad at it. Like it's like ever since graduation, like I told myself, I'm gonna go gym like every day. I've probably only been like once or twice like since I graduated.
It's one of those things. Like I tell my I hype myself up, and then I'll go for like 2 weeks straight every day, and then I'll take like a month off. But definitely recently I've been going consistently like 4 times a week. But before that it was like a month off, and then a few days like in straight going, and then a month off. Like, yeah, and it's not a good balance. You gotta find like an actual like routine that you get into, which I've sort of got into, but now I'm leaving, so it's sort of like it's gonna mess up with all the stuff that I got going on. But it is what it is. Like,
it's all like a mindset thing. Once you get your mind right, you can do it like easily.
And like when you get into it, it's good. Like it's as long as you're doing something, it is good to, like for your not only physical health but mental health is definitely 100%. But
I don't know, man. Like I've been going to the gym like I kind of like you, man. Like, but I set up like a calendar, and then, like I just mark off the days
that you went.
Yeah, type thing, and like sometimes like I take like 2 days off, 3 days off, or like even like a week off, which is no good. But still keeping active, I guess. And you feel better like just 100%. Doing something,
Yeah. Stuff that's been happening recently in the media. Have you guys been
Drake,
up to date much?
Kanye.
Yeah. So Drake and Kanye, what do you guys think about that how there was the whole Certified Lover Boy versus Donda, that whole beef going on where they were going back and forth, sending shots, and then all of a sudden, these guys are like best friends. Hanging out with each other at the clubs.
I think Kanye's scared. Together. I think Kanye's scared of Drake.
I do not think that whatsoever. I don't think they're scared. No, I don't think they're scared of each other like at all. Like I feel like it's just
I think
honestly,
I think Drake has information on Kanye that he doesn't want to be leaked.
I feel like a lot of people think it might be that, but honestly, I feel like it could just be like a publicity stunt sort of thing, because they've got the 2 biggest albums of the year right now, and then all of a sudden Kanye sends a message saying we should squash the beef and do this show, like the Free Larry Hoover show, which is happening in like 3 weeks or something, and then all of a sudden, like Drake was like bet, and then now these guys are hanging out with each other, like they got like posting photos together and stuff, and I was like, it feels a bit like the whole beef is like, obviously they have like history of beef, but it's like it ended all too quick for it to be so real, you know. I feel like it was just like a bit of like a petty back and forth, and then they were really like, we don't hate each other that much, like, you know. I feel
how do you feel about that whole Pete Davidson thing?
Oh, with Kanye like released a statement, I saw it like on my timeline, saying that like he knows that like God will bring Kim back to him. And I was like, I feel sad because like, why? I know she is like the mother of his kids and stuff, but like, she is moving mad with Pete Davidson. Like what?
No,
like,
he's been with
Ariana
Grande.
Is that for publicity
too.
Or is that for like? Why are they doing that? Like what? I don't get what that relationship is. Probably the weirdest thing I've ever seen, to be honest. Like, I have no idea. Like,
you seen this picture of Kanye though? Like once friggin' Kim left him, like they saw him out, and apparently he's gone pretty big. Like he's gone pretty bulk. I don't know if you've seen that.
Man's been hitting the gym, bro. I'm not even gonna cap. But it's weird because then you see Kim and Kanye together at different like times, because obviously they're both like the parents of their kids, but I don't know. I feel like Kim is. I don't think she can handle like Kanye is probably a pretty difficult person to deal with. Like I don't think he's like bad person, but he obviously has a lot of mental issues as well. But I don't know, maybe it's like, I don't know, it definitely got to her during that period where he was all over Twitter like sending shots, like that was like almost a year ago now, and then that's when they all had that big
Twitter's not a good place, I can't lie.
But no, they had that big thing on Twitter, and then like, I don't know, they're not divorced, are they? Like,
I don't even know what's going on with them.
I think it's a publicity
stunt.
Honestly.
The media's weird. I don't know why we all fall into this, like, but it's just, I don't know. It's interesting that Pete Davidson is who she would go to. Like, I don't know.
Well, because he was with Ariana Grande, and then what did he make fun of? Like Mac Miller?
Liam was saying like something like,
I think so.
Yeah, something. I don't know, but Pete Davidson, he's an interesting character. Like, I think a lot of big people is like that, like confusing, to be honest. But I don't know what to make of it. Like, it's just another pub. It's either another publicity thing, or it's like just really weird, messed up industry. Stuff.
The industry's weird, dude. Yeah. I think Hollywood in general is just a very.
That's why
weird
I don't
place.
like the whole Hollywood thing. Like, me personally, like, I don't know. Like, I want to get into music, but never want to be like one of them LA people or like the Hollywood.
It's toxic, bro.
Yeah, everyone's
toxic.
Yeah, that's snake land, bro.
Straight
bad, especially when like, you know, the power gets to you. You know,
100%,
you just end up being all cocky and all that. Like, you like you like the money and all that more than your fans. You know, the fans are the people who got you there. You just like decide.
Yeah, that's a lot of big people and a lot of big, definitely rappers now. Like, a lot of them do like respect their fans and show that, but then there's that very few out there that like blow up and they're like acted like they're the best and they made it here without anyone's help.
Exactly.
I don't know. That's why I don't like that whole Hollywood mindset. You know, it's definitely not good for like actors and musicians and all that. Like, you got to be like a humble, grounded person. Really.
What's that guy who sexually assaulted those people? Harvey Weinstein or something.
I have no idea.
Don't you remember that? Don't you remember that guy?
I know the name, but I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah, but Hollywood in general is just.
It's a bit corrupt.
It's just one cesspool.
Yeah. Speaking of Hollywood. Hollywood movies, blockbuster big movies. There's one movie. That is everywhere right now, all over everyone's timeline. Do you guys know what that is?
SPIDERMAN. I don't know. For me
we talked about this the other day in the group chat with Olivia as well, and me and Olivia sort of a little bit ganged up on Dean, but might have changed his mind a little bit, but still, I'll let Dean give his thoughts.
I don't know. Like, I don't really like Spider-Man.
He said he didn't like Marvel.
I don't like no. I like Marvel. Don't get it twisted.
He said he didn't like Marvel movies.
I don't like the movies. I like the characters. I like the comics. Like, I only mess with a few movies. Like, that Infinity War was dope.
Yeah,
Infinity
that's
War
probably
was
one of the best, like top 3 easily.
That was such a good movie.
But we talked about this, and I said that
and Deadpool was
I said that there is definitely Marvel movies that aren't as good as others, but that none of them are like terrible. Like, you know, there's some franchises that have big flop movies, like Fast and the Furious keeps going. And there's
Fast and Furious.
There's always cool action scenes, but some of them are just flops. Some of them are good. But Marvel, I don't think there is a few movies that like I wouldn't watch again from Marvel. But majority of especially recently, like with like the whole MCU Marvel, like they're pumping out like some good films.
I will
like,
say they're better than DC.
As well. Oh yeah. Well, DC just needs better management of how to figure out like how to make a consistent universe, because they just, I don't know, they're all over the place, and it's like they keep recreating Batmans and stuff. But that new Batman movie kind of looks busted.
Yeah, isn't that guy from Twilight in it?
Like, what's his name? Robinson. What's his like? Robert Pattinson. Is that it?
Yeah, I think
Robert
so.
Pattinson. Is that
right?
No.
That sounds right.
I was about to say Pete Davidson.
Pete Davidson.
No, it's Robert Pattinson.
Who takes off the mask? Pete Davidson.
Oh, dude, I'm trying. But no, the new Batman movie kind of looked busted, but I don't even know.
What they make The Rock as Batman?
What?
Whoa.
No, apparently they want to make like The Rock a superhero.
Yeah, he's Black Adam.
No, not Black. They were trying to make him something.
But he
else.
is Black Adam in DC universe.
They wanted to see if they were going to make him like Superman or Batman.
There was one where he was going to be Spider-Man as a joke that I've seen.
It's about drives.
Well, I put it on screen. There was a meme I saw. It was pretty funny. But
no, I'm actually curious about. I'm curious to know where Marvel is gonna go in like 10 years' time. You know,
this is the conversation with my brother. We talked about it after Endgame happened, and my older brother was like, "This is definitely the perfect place for their Marvel to end. Like, this is the perfect ending." And he's like, "I know heaps of characters have just come into it, and there's stories that like nowhere near ended." He's like, "But this to me is a perfect ending," and it was the end of the Infinity Saga, but. Like me as a Marvel fan, I don't know. I grew up. I always loved Spider-Man. I didn't read much comics, but more recently, I've definitely read heaps of comics. Recently, just because like it's cool to see where the inspiration's from and where like the artists like Stan Lee, Steve Ditko, like all these other guys like got their ideas from and stuff. So I definitely tapped into reading a lot of comics recently, and it's very interesting. Some of them are like a bit dark, but some of them get confusing. Like there's a lot of
because it's all that multiverse, because that like parallel universe stuff.
Yeah, and there's heaps of different worlds and universes.
Yeah, it's hard to grasp.
To answer your question, I think that's where Marvel's going. Like, obviously, I know that they're doing the whole multiverse thing now, but I don't know how long they're going to extend it for, like, because they're talking about bringing in the X-Men and all this other stuff. But I'm definitely excited for the new Spider-Man movie with because Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield, they will be in it, like, surely, like.
No, apparently there was a leak actually.
There's been many leaks.
Yeah, there was like a leak of like them in the suits and shit.
They're definitely in the movie, like.
Yeah,
there's no denying it. I'm hyped for it. Like,
well, people didn't like Tobey Maguire at first, but like I feel like he became a meme, and then after it's like, yo, he's a legend.
Yeah. He definitely, like, if you rewatch his movies, they are a bit corny, but it's that time. It shows that time, and that's why like everyone knows, like, he's like a bit of an OG, you know. Like, you think
the one where he gets the venom. Yeah.
I knew that's what he was thinking of.
No. There's one where he goes like, I'm gonna put some dirt in your eye.
Yeah, no. It's definitely
so corny. It's so trash.
But it's just the meme part of it. Everyone just loves him for that. And,
but he's a legend.
A lot of people hate on both of the other Spider-Man, but Andrew Garfield, I actually love like him as Spider-Man. Like his Peter Parker was a bit too swaggy, a bit too cool to be a Peter Parker. Like he wasn't. But
Toby had the best Peter Maguire.
Peter Maguire. But no,
he had the best Peter Parker.
But no, Andrew Garfield, if you like when he's in the suit, he's got the like he says the right jokes, and the swinging scenes look beautiful. Like the new Spider-Man movies don't show many swinging scenes, but like the actual Spider-Man character Andrew Garfield, I think did the best. But Tom Holland, I really like him. He does have that young charisma that a Peter Parker would have from the comics, but that's why I'm excited to see all three of them, like how they're gonna interact with each other. I hope the movie doesn't flop it and make it weird or like cringe. But I think that surely they will do us like fan service, because like it's been hyped to like such a big level that I feel like a lot of people might be disappointed. And I'm obviously hyped, but I've kept my expectations low, you know, like, because, like, not low, but I've kept them, like, down a bit, because if you walk in and then, like, you're expecting the greatest and the most, amazing film, of course you're gonna be disappointed. You have to go in there open minded, and then it will beat your expectations.
That Into the Spider-Verse, that
movie,
that was dope, bro.
I didn't even know what I was expecting. I was like, Spider-Man movie? I was like, what is it? It's about Miles Morales. I was like, okay, bet I'll see it. But that's one of the most beautiful movies I've seen, bro.
The part where he jumps off the
building.
Yeah,
that was what's up, danger?
Yeah. That was
that's bro. There's so many like so much imagery and like different meanings behind like just the animation design. So that's a really cool movie. I like that one. But
straight up,
yeah, like with Marvel, it's definitely like I wouldn't have minded if they ended on Endgame, because that was like a perfect ending to it. But I'm enjoying the TV shows. Like it's like I didn't expect I didn't think I would. And the one flaw, I wish they didn't do as many, because they've announced more TV shows than movies now.
Yeah.
And you're not gonna have that many people watching the TV shows. Well, there is a lot of people, but I mean like just your average consumer of movies, that you're not like, because everyone goes to the movies, like see a movie, and if it comes on Netflix, they see. But if it's a TV show, you have to get into it a bit more. And Marvel's announced so many Disney Plus TV shows, and I've watched all of them because I'm a fan. But like, there's some of them that it's like, you know that this is going to play into the movies, and people have to watch this show to understand the movie, but you're going to know that people haven't watched the show.
I see.
So it's going to make a bit of disconnect between the fans and like your average viewer, you know?
I see they recently released Hawkeye on Disney Plus. Have you seen that? Is it good?
Well, they do an episode a week, but they released the first 2 episodes, what day is it? 2 days ago.
Have you seen it?
And I watched it, and the first episode I was like, this is cool. I wasn't too sure, but the second episode, like, I'm enjoying it. It's
always like that with all these like TV series.
Yeah.
The first episode is
like, but the second episode, like, it's got me into it. Like, I like it. Like, I like seeing, because obviously Hawkeye's an OG member from the movies, so he like seeing him get his own thing finally. Like, it's
I'm just surprised of how big everything's gotten.
Oh, it's crazy, bro. Like, when I saw the first Avengers movie was a big deal, because everyone's like, oh, we're finally seeing the Avengers, but not many people knew the Avengers. Like, I knew Spider-Man, I knew Iron Man, Captain America, but you don't really know, like, and Hulk, but you didn't really know Black Widow, Hawkeye, Nick Fury. Like, when it came out, I was like 8 or 9, and then I was in PNG. I remember that's the funniest experience, watching Avengers, the first Avengers in PNG. Holy, they just opened that cinema. It was in Vision City. It was in Vision City. And me and my brother went, and that's the first time I've been to like a movie without my parents. Me and my brother, we went in there. I've never heard a crowd laugh as much as that, bro. You know them classic like uncle and auntie laughs, like they're going crazy, bro. And they were shaking the seats and they were clapping like when Hulk and that was going crazy. They were going, bro. And I feel like that might have been like, because I'd always liked the characters, but I didn't know them too much. I knew them from like the kids shows. But I think that was the main thing that got me into Marvel. I was like, bro, like the atmosphere there, like everyone was enjoying themselves. And from then I've watched all of them. But
the fact that everyone, like almost everyone who, if you go like this and they know like it's Thanos. Bro, like, because I knew Thanos before because like I'm a fan of the comics.
Well, they've teased him since the first Avengers,
and on the Guardians of the Galaxy. So like when people were saying like, oh, Thanos this that, I was so confused, like, and like I heard someone mention, and I'm like, how do you know Thanos? And like, because I don't really keep up to date with the movies from Marvel, and it's like, that's the new Avengers in Infinity War. And I'm like, and then I looked, and then I watched it with you actually.
Oh, didn't we watch it with what's it, Ollie and
no, it was me, you, Peter Dompot, and Maliki, pretty sure.
Oh yeah, was Tana there too?
Nah.
Oh, I'm like, oh my
God. It was no.
Adam doesn't remember anything. Oh,
bro, I remember watching it. That was dope, bro. Like, I think me personally, I think it's better than Endgame.
Yeah, no, I'd agree that Infinity War is probably better. Endgame is like a beautiful ending. It's like one movie really, but Infinity War, the way it ended, bro, people were leaving like, what the hell, bro? Everyone like, because like all the heroes lost. Like it was like the first you've seen that in any Marvel movie. Like,
because they always expect like a happy ending.
Yeah, people were expecting like, when like Vision, like the stone got destroyed, everyone's like, oh phew, they did it, and then he reversed that thing, and everyone's like, what? But it was, I don't know, I really like the Russo brothers. They're really good at that. They did the Captain America 2, 3, both the Avengers, Infinity War, and Endgame. And really well. They do really good movies.
It was so good, man. Like, and the fact that like, I love the fact that it wasn't a happy ending.
Yeah, no, that's
because that's such a cliche, man. It's always a happy ending.
Yeah,
you know.
And I like, since then, all the TV shows and movies have been dealing about like with the consequences of that 5-year gap and the people that left and came back, and it's interesting. It feels like a bit more real, like especially the Hawkeye show. It's a bit like, because like the other shows, a bit more like Loki is a bit more like cosmic, out of here. It's a bit crazy, but then Hawkeye is a bit more like human, and I like shows like that. Like it's a bit more relatable, a bit more. I don't know.
Oh yeah, they made a show on Loki.
Oh yeah, bro. That's
it's
a good show, but it plays into a lot with the multiverse stuff that's going to be happening. Like it shows, like the last episode, so it shows like the next sort of main villain. I really like the actor that plays him, Jonathan Majors. But from the comics? Do you know Kang the Conqueror? He shows up in he's like he's from the future, but he's traveled back in like disguise as so many different people, but there's so many different variants of him from every different timeline. Like, it's gonna get confusing because there's gonna be different universes and timelines. And
so that's what they're trying to do that with the new Marvel.
Yeah, movies. And that's why they're showing, like, it's starting with Spider-Man really, and then Doctor Strange 2 that comes out next year.
Well, they're obviously gonna have to like dumb it down a bit.
Definitely for like the main, because the comics get so confusing.
Yeah,
like, you don't know when
I get
switching.
confused, bro.
Yeah, I read Secret Wars. Like, there's a thing called Secret Wars where it's about like the multiverse, and a lot of the times I was like, wait, I have to go back. I don't know what the heck is happening.
I watched this guy online. His name's Comic Storian, and he like reads them out. Like he should like, and
because Dean can't read, guys, he has to.
And like he does voice acting.
Yeah.
And he like does like full like voice acting of the characters.
That's lit.
Yeah, it's dope, bro. You just play it, kick back, listen, and like you get so confused. Like I was listening to this one. It's like audiobook essentially, but with images. Yeah. And he was
like a podcast.
Essentially, yeah. But it was Thanos. Like I think it was called Thanos Wins or something like that. And it was like it was a bunch of multiverses and like different Thanoses, and it was like so confusing and shit.
It's always confusing when like the multiverse versions of the same character meet each other, because in the comics, like there's very subtle, like some of them are really different details, but most of them are like just subtly detail changed. So like I'm like, which one is which, bro? Like especially like with some of the Spider-Man, I'm like, I don't know, it gets a bit confusing. But I'm definitely excited to see what Marvel does. But like, I don't know, the one flaw I'd say is definitely the TV shows would we separating the actual hardcore fans from just your normal viewer, because obviously I feel like, well, Spider-Man, the trailers have been breaking records for the most viewed trailer in 24 hours. Yeah. So I feel like it's going to break records in the box office, but then there's going to make a lot of people, I feel like even like older people or people that don't actually follow Marvel, be like, why is there more than one Spider-Man? Why are these villains from the older movie coming back? So I hope they're probably going to have to dumb it down for that, I reckon. Yeah. But I'm excited to see. And apparently like Daredevil and that from the Netflix shows are coming back too. So I'm excited to see that. But yeah.
What do you guys feel about those laws, those vaccine laws?
Vaccine laws?
Yeah.
I reckon
those new ones.
I feel like there's gonna be a lot of friggin' controversy behind all this, but honestly, I reckon it's good. You know, because we didn't like it when there was lockdown for ages. We didn't like it when we had to do online learning. That killed motivation. That killed our fun time, important time. You know, you could be kicking back with others. We don't want another wave. So I'm not saying that I don't like you that if you're anti-vax, but I think it will benefit the community if you do get vaxxed. You know. And it's also understandable if you're anti-vax, but
my opinion on this whole thing, because someone asked me this the other day, but I'm double vaxxed because I have to, because I'm leaving the country. But I did it also just to help protect, like when my grandparents are over there, I have to protect my family. I just did it because of that. And like, I do not care if people are anti-vax, but like, the people that were anti-vax before COVID, I understand. The people that have got every flu vaccine and shot from school their whole life, and then all of a sudden this vaccine comes out and they're like, the government's up to something. They're literally just trying to make sure that we don't have to be locked in our houses for the rest of our lives. Like, because a lot of countries have been locked down, open, and there's something now they've just opened. They're like, whatever, if you're vaccinated, you're vaccinated. If you're not, you're not. And it still kills a lot of people. Like, a lot of deaths are happening like every day. So, but I'm not against people that are anti-vax. I really don't care. Like, and the thing is, like, the government forcing it, I feel like that's a bit, like, not wrong. Like, they should be encouraging people, please get the vaccine because it's going to help others. But I don't really like to think like, well, you can't do this, and this if you're not vaccinated, because then that creates division. And whenever there's division, like, there's always going to be war. There's always going to be riots. There's always going to be protests. So I think that people should get it, in my personal opinion. But if you don't want to get it, then don't get it. Like, it's not a big deal to me. And I don't think the government should be forcing it. Like, that's my thing. Like, the government shouldn't force it, but they should encourage it. And then if people don't get it, like, what can you do? Like, they're putting themselves at risk, and also others, I guess. But it's like, people are always going to be stupid.
Exactly.
Like, I don't know. Like,
me personally, like, I'm not anti-vax, I'm not pro-vax. Like,
I agree. Like, I got vaccinated because I had to.
Yeah, same. Like,
because if I want to leave the country and see my family over there, I had to. So I got vaccinated because I had to. But I'm not like, get the vaccine, and I'm not. Don't get a vaccine. The government's gonna like. I think I'm a neutral ground. Like, I don't care either way.
I think that, like, when you tell people not to do like that, you can't do certain things. Like, that's just gonna make the anti-vaxxers even more. Definitely. Like, the fact that you're saying like you can't do certain things, like, that's gonna make the people who are already like caught, like, who are already like, you know, making conspiracies. They're gonna be like, oh, look, now they're like oppressing us, because that's like human nature, you know. When you tell someone not to do something, they do it.
And then
and
that's what a lot of people, if you force something, like the government says you have to do this, a lot of people are going to be suspicious and going to be like, nah, why are you making me do this? Like, which is fair enough.
What they should do, and I know they already do it, but they should bring up like statistics. They should bring up like, you know, proven facts or something like that. And I know not everyone believes it, but once you start to like enforce things, is bad. Like, I took the vaccine, and like, I'm not double, like, I'm getting my second one soon, but
you better, otherwise you have to
get I better get freaking like searched by police or something like that. No, apparently police can enforce it.
That's just like,
it was on Anastasia Palaszczuk posted. I'm like,
she is something else. I don't want to get in trouble.
I think no. I think she's. I don't know. Like, I don't even keep up to date with Australian politics.
You saw there was this one dude in Russia, and like he was giving out. So you'd have to pay, and then like he'd make a certificate for you to show that you've been double vaxxed, even though like you haven't. He was just making like a little business of that. Yeah. I was like, whoa, that is smart, but that is dumb as well. Like,
making fake vaccine cards.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Me personally, I don't know if the vaccine, like, honestly, I think it works. I don't know, like,
like, obviously they tested it for over a year, like, but they're still unsure if it's like 100% wipes it out. But that's it. Like, we have to, like, it's the testing period, and I don't know, like, I had to get it, so I had to get it, and like, I don't know. I don't really care.
Same. Like, I don't care too much for it. Like, I just think like, I don't think it's gonna work.
Honestly, if I died from the vaccine, I died from the vaccine, but at least I didn't, and now I can travel to see my family across the country.
Straight up.
And I can. That's the only reason. Like, I did it. Like, I don't know. It is what it is, and it helps other people. So like, and if you don't believe that, then that's what you think, and it's fine. I'm not mad at you.
What is the whole reason for being anti-vaccine? I know that like some of it is for controversy, but what other reasons?
Some of it's like the real crazy ones, things like the government's like trying to control us or put something in us or do. That's like the real crazy one. But other people just like feel like some of them just don't want to get it, and they feel like the government like forcing them to is like against their own right of freedom. I guess. I understand with. I agree with that. Like, the government forcing you, otherwise they're gonna lock you up or do this. Like, that's against freedom, which I get.
I feel like some of them just believe that it's like natural selection as well. Like, if you die from it, you die from it. Like, I feel like some of them like deep into that.
Man, how do we go from Spider-Man to vaccine real quick?
We went from Kim Kardashian.
Oh, gotta change it up.
Oh no.
Rumble.
Oh.
A lot of interesting topics.
Yeah, what next?
That's basically your daily recap from the Journey podcast right here.
Yeah, this is like a short little quick one, you know.
Short little quick little welcome back recap of what the heck is going on in the world and our opinions on it.
Yes.
But next week or the next couple weeks we have a guest, so look out for that. It's actually a really good one.
Yeah.
We might have already done it.
We got OG Oli coming back.
But yeah, and then after that, we have Olivia coming back, and we might have another guest coming back as well. So
straight up,
it's gonna be good. Season 2's looking great. So hope you guys enjoyed.
It's good to be back.
It feels good. Like it's good to catch up with the boys. Yeah, so
straight up, it feels different without Oliver. I can't lie.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, definitely missing his energy, bro.
Yeah, and missing him rambling on about something completely different to what we're talking about for about 20 minutes.
Messing up the microphone.
Yeah. Nah.
The amount of takes we had to.
I miss my mans.
All good, bro.
My mans.
Oh.
Rumble. All right, we'll catch you guys later. See you later.
Big love. Peace.